everybody, I hope you're doing well. I'm just getting ready for the day and I thought, why not show you my everyday autumn makeup routine. I do like to switch my makeup up a little bit for the seasons changing, so I thought let's just get ready together because I don't think we've done that in a while. So just clip my hair back out my face. I have just started doing my skincare, so I have done my Kiehls Ultra Facial Cream, my Rhode Glazing Milk, and then I'm just putting my SPF on, which is the E45 one, and I love this. If you have really sensitive skin, I definitely recommend trying this out because it has not irritated my skin at all, which is quite the feat because it doesn't take much. All through summer I stuck with the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion, which I do love, but I like that little bit more coverage in the autumn months, so I'm going to put this on first and then I will add on some Nars Sheer Glow. So I used the Lumi Glotion in Light Glow and I just pop this on, yeah, rub that all in. And even if you had a no makeup day, just putting this on your skin makes your skin look glowy, healthy. I love this product. I'm so glad that it blessed the UK with its presence. Next up is Nars Sheer Glow. I use the shade Deauville. I probably could mix a bit of Stromboli in at the minute, but I'm feeling lazy. So I'm going to use the tiniest drop. So I don't know if you can see, there's like hardly any on there, and you can see that it's way too pale for my hand, but my face is a lot lighter than my body because I use SPF every single day, all over my face. So I'm going to just plop it on with my finger. Again, I've used such a tiny amount. I'm using this just for a little bit of coverage, not for a full coverage kind of look. So this is the foundation plopped on, and then I'm going to blend it in with my Red Beauty blush brush. I've only used a tiny amount, but that's because I only want a little bit of coverage. If I was maybe going out for dinner or something, I would obviously use more product, but this is just for evening out my skin tone a little bit. That is the foundation applied. It is very natural, which is what I wanted. Sorry if my voice is a bit husky. I have just woke up, so I've got my peppermint tea with me. Much better. For concealer, I am still on the Collection Lasting Perfection bandwagon. I don't know if I will ever come off of this. Let me know what other concealers you like that don't crease, because that is my issue. Concealers crease so bad. I think it's just the shape of my face. Like, even when I've not got makeup on, I've got creases around my eyes. So, I mean, maybe I'm just asking for a miracle. And I don't use all that much concealer when I've got a bit of foundation on, so I'm going to just pop beside my nose, a little bit under my eye, and a little bit on my chin, and then I will blend that in and reevaluate. So this is in the shade Fair, number 5, and I will blend that in with a beauty blender. I think this one actually is Real Techniques. I've used so many different brand sponges, and I do always go back to Real Techniques. I don't know if it's just my nostalgic beauty YouTube heart, but I can't part ways with Real Techniques. And this sponge is a different material. It's really spongy, so I will link it down below if I can find it, but I don't wet this kind of brush sponge. Can you tell I've just woke up? So that is the base. It's very light coverage, natural. Is my light too bright? Is that better? Maybe there? Is that better? Sorry, I didn't realise the light was so bright the whole time. I think it's just because the rest of the room is so dark. It is so gloomy right now. Anyway, bronzer. I am using the Rare Beauty Happy Soul bronzing stick at the minute, and I really do like it. Again, I'm adding more bronzer than normal because my body is so much more tan than my face, so I like to draw it on my forehead because I just need to pile the bronzer on there. Blend that in with my brush I used for the foundation. I did stock curls last night, and I clearly was sleeping on one side more than the rest, so one sock has slipped down and I have one side curlier than the rest. Let's not talk about it. I feel like when it gets to the autumn winter months is when my love for makeup comes back. In summer, I mean there's nothing worse than wearing a full face of makeup in summer and feeling it melting down your face. I feel like you just get to be a lot more experimental. You can go for the like darker eye, I think, darker lip. I just love it. I've got a collection of products that was recently purchased that I'm going to do a full video on. I just did my MAC lipstick video. If you liked that, thank you so much. But yeah, I'm really just finding my passion and love for beauty again, which is super fun. So I used the same bronzer down my nose, all around my face, and in the socket of my eye. My favourite blush brand is Patrick Tar. I don't have any shades of his that are autumnal, so I'm using the Rare Beauty Nearly Berry, which is a beautiful autumnal shade, and it looks really scary, but cream blushes are not scary. Rare Beauty liquid blushes, a whole other kettle of fish. They are terrifying, but just using this with a sponge. I don't really like a peachy warm tone blush on myself. I like cool tone. I really would love to get my colour analysis done, because I thought of my skin tone, because I tan well, that I would suit peaches, golds. I've always wore gold jewellery, but I have done a lot of experimenting with makeup, and I think I suit cool tone pinks rather than warm tone pinks. Basically, I have no idea what season I am, so maybe that would be fun to do. Brows. My brows desperately need tinted, so please excuse that, but I will use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I'm currently using the shade Espresso. Filling your brows in is so much easier when they're tinted. This is one of them things where it's like being high maintenance to be low maintenance is so worthwhile. And I will fill in and then just really blend it out with the spoolie. Do you know what? They'll do. I feel like I can talk it again now my eyebrows are done. That is just too stressful of a moment to start discussing what I want to talk about, which is Gilmore Girls. I am at the end of season 2. This is my first year ever watching it, and I just love it. It is fabulous. It is everything that I hoped it would be, and yeah, it's bringing me a lot of joy at the minute. I'm using the 24-hour brow setter by Benefit just to set my eyebrows. Yeah, I fully understand the hype. It was one of them things I knew I'd love it before I'd even watched it, and I clearly know myself quite well. I like to go for either a darker eye or a darker lip in autumn. I think what I'm going to do today is some brown eyeliner and then a slightly deeper lip. So my favourite eyeliner at the minute is the Colourpop Cream Gel Eyeliner. Now this is not a tutorial, this is just me showing you how I do it, because I am not good at this. This is something I'm kind of trying to teach myself to do at the minute. Do not be taking tips. But I just kind of do a little drawing on the corner, like that. Then I take a angled brush and I'm going to just kind of smudge the outside. Then it's clearly not like a winged eyeliner, but I like to just blend it a little bit. So whether that's with a bronzer, I'm just going to use I'm going to use this one. Just a light cool brown. Never even, but we move on. I always think it looks better once mascara is added anyway. I will then move on to my mascara, which I'm currently using Maybelline Lash Sensational, but I am in the market for a new one. I was thinking of trying a Benefit mascara, but please let me know what you like. I've also heard good things about the Lancome mascaras. So I just curl for maybe 30 seconds, squeezing. There we go. I feel like you now can't see my sins with the eyeliner, which is a relief. And I do tend to do 2 coats of mascara. Let's do lips. So my favourite lip liner is the Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. It is just the perfect cool brown shade. I just adore this lip liner. I was just thinking I should have decorated the background a bit more autumnal, but you are sat on a pumpkin-y cushion. So for me, feeling very autumnal right now, but I'm very sorry we can't share in that. And then for lipstick, let's pick the lipstick. I've decided my lip combo for the day. This is what I did yesterday and I loved it. So I've done a brown lip liner, and then I take the Glossier Ultra Lip in Fête, and this is a red, but it is very sheer, so I just dab it on. As you can see, it's not a ruby woo, and I rub my lips together and it's just a little bit reddy and really pretty, I think, for these kind of autumnal months. For a gloss, I use the Glossier Hot Cocoa Balm.com, and this is a bit more maroon. It tastes exactly like hot chocolate. I think I got it in the Christmas range last year. I don't know if they still have it. If not, they might bring it out. So I'll just dab a bit in the centre. As you can see, that is more berry. I always forget this next step, but it does make a difference. So I take a shimmery light eyeshadow and I'll put a dot at the end of my nose and then under my brow bones. And then I'm going to do my second coat of mascara and I'll be back with you. So this is my finished autumnal inspired makeup routine. So we've gone for a little bit of added touches to the eyes and a slightly deeper lip. Nothing crazy, but this is what I would go for a day to day. And I have just been loving looking at my makeup and thinking, yeah, we're in full now. We're in the autumnal season. It's been so fun to play around with some different products. And I hope that you have enjoyed watching me get ready for the morning. I've got a really nice day planned now. I think I'm going to go for an acai bowl with my friend Ellie. I've got a doctor's appointment and some team schools, which aren't as exciting, but hopefully everyone looks at me and thinks I'm an autumn. Let me know if you get the reference. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's been so much fun, and hopefully I'll see you next time for some more autumnal goodness. Bye!